What if you could walk through cities where empires rose and fell, or stand atop mountains carved by millennia? Imagine wandering through monasteries, suspended in midair, exploring fairy tale castles in Transylvania, or tracing the emerald waters of the Soča River. These lands hold stories of kings, warriors, and nature's raw power. Curious to uncover the soul of the Balkans and beyond? Craving more epic journeys? Join our travel tribe by subscribing. Turn on notifications to be the first to explore ancient ruins and wild landscapes. Drop a comment below. What destination stole your heart? Sofia, Bulgaria. The road north unfolds like a parchment of changing landscapes. Turkey's sun-baked plateaus soften into Bulgaria's emerald valleys. At the border, the air shifts. The call to prayer fades into the rustle of birch forests. The Bosphorus shimmer gives way to the Balkan mountains' rugged embrace. Then, Sofia appears, a city where time moves slower. Tram bells echo past Soviet relics. Onion-domed churches glow like amber under the sun. History here is layered, like the petals of a rose. Roman ruins slumber beneath your feet in Serdica's underground maze. Byzantine mosaics glint inside the Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. A golden behemoth rises against Mount Vitosha's misty silhouette. Cafes spill onto streets, paved with yellow bricks. Locals crowd tables, sipping boza, an elixir as ancient as the Thracians. At dusk, join the ritual stroll along Vitosha Boulevard. The mountain's shadow stretches like a guardian over the city. Sofia hums jazz and rebellion in equal measure. She doesn't dazzle, she enchants. Linden blossoms perfume the city garden. After Istanbul's fevered poetry, Sofia is a quiet sonnet. Written in Cyrillic. Steeped in resilience. Waiting to be murmured aloud. Plovdiv, Bulgaria. The train south from Sofia carries you through sunflower fields. golden heads bowing to the Thracian wind. Then Plovdiv rises, a city built upon cities. Seven hills cradle layers of history, like a grandmother's secret recipe. Your first step into the old town stops time. Ottoman houses lean close, their colorful timbered faces whispering gossip. Their overhanging eaves nearly touch across narrow lanes. Beneath your feet, Roman mosaics bloom unexpectedly. A stadium sleeps beneath the main street, gladiators ghost in the shopping district. Climb to Nebet Tepe as the sun stains the Maritsa River crimson. Stand where Philip of Macedon once stood. Where Thracians built fortresses from stones that still remember. The ancient theater emerges suddenly between apartment blocks. Its marble seats still warm from performances 2,000 years past. At night, it becomes a stage again, voices rising where Sophocles was heard. Kapana district hums with craft beer and avant-garde murals. Artisans hammer silver in workshops, older than some countries. Plovdiv doesn't showcase history, it lives casually among it. A coffee sipped beside a medieval wall. A modern gallery and inside a 19th century dye house. By dusk, the city's many layers blur together. Turkish baths, Thracian gold, all breathing together in the violet light. This is Europe's oldest continuously inhabited city. Not preserved behind glass, but alive, waiting to tell you its next story. Bucharest. The train rolls past sunflower fields, fading into urban edges. Then, Bucharest announces itself in a symphony of contradictions. The boulevard of Victory's width could swallow Parisian avenues whole. But turn any corner, history whispers. The Palace of Parliament looms, second only to the Pentagon. Its marble halls echo with unspent communist ambitions. Yet in its shadow, farmers sell lilacs from wooden carts. Ruined churches turned into edgy cocktail bars. The smell of micey, skinless sausages, mingles with cigar smoke. At Honolulu Manuk, wooden galleries creak with Ottoman-era secrets. Morning light reveals another city. Art Nouveau facades peeking between brutalist blocks. Village-like neighborhoods, where geese outnumber cars. The Village Museum, an entire world in one park. Century-old wooden churches. Thatched peasant homes. Bucharest doesn't apologize for its scars. The bullet holes in university walls. The abandoned aristocratic palaces. It wears them, like the old ladies wear their fur coats. With faded elegance and unbroken pride. This city was burned by fires. Shaken by earthquakes. Remade by dictators. Yet still standing. Still dancing. Still writing poems in basement theaters. Still baking kozenak. That smells like childhood. At night, the Dombovica River reflects 1,000 lights. Trams rattle past midnight pastry shops. And somewhere, a piano plays. In a courtyard, hidden behind communist flats. Where wisteria climbs over barbed wire. Proof that beauty always finds a way. Athens, Greece. Dawn gilds the Acropolis marble bones. The Parthenon stands, not ruined, but resisting time. Below, stray cats hold court where Plato taught. Hot lukumads sizzle in Monasteraki's maze. A priest haggles over communist-era antiques. Bougainvillea drips from Plaka's blue shutters. The metro rumbles past 2,500-year-old pottery. Sunset turns Lycabettus Hill to molten gold. Graffiti-covered Syri wakes with bouzouki cries. Fishermen mend nets by the ancient Piraeus port. The midnight scent of oregano and charred meat. Protest slogans fade beside Byzantine walls. A shopkeeper naps atop his Persian rug pile. The Aegean wind carries whispers of Odysseus. The city breathes, layer upon ancient layer. Athens never fell, it simply kept living. Belgrade, Serbia. Dawn breaks over Kalemegdan Fortress, stone walls whispering Ottoman and Austrian wars. The Sava and Danube embrace beneath ancient battlements, their waters swirling with history. Tram number 2 rattles past socialist blocks, their facades cracking like old oil paintings. In Skadarlia, violin notes escape from smoky kafanas, where poets once plotted revolutions. Ruin bars bloom in abandoned factories, their broken windows strung with fairy lights. At sunset, the Belgrade fortress glows like embers in a dying fire. River barges turned clubs, pulsed with turbo folk rhythms until dawn. Old men play chess in Tashmaidan Park, moving pawns like battlefield generals. The bombed-out Ministry of Defense stands, a deliberate memorial to NATO's 1999 strikes. St. Sava's Golden Dome catches light like a second sun over the city. Graffiti declares "Welcome to Hell" beside Art Nouveau masterpieces. The Nikola Tesla Museum crackles with electricity experiments from 1910. Knez Mihailova's cobbles have felt Roman sandals, Ottoman boots, and now Nike sneakers. A rakia vendor offers plum, quince, and walnut flavors, liquid courage in shot glasses. The Victor Monument watches eternally over the confluence, sword pointing at forgotten enemies. Night falls, and the city transforms, from weary survivor to neon-lit reveler. Belgrade doesn't apologize for its scars. It toasts to them with slivovitz and rock music. This city wasn't built, it was rebuilt, again and again, always rising from the ashes. Durmitor National Park, Montenegro. Dawn cracks open over Black Lake, its mirrored surface, holding the peaks upside down. The Tara River Gorge yawns wide, Europe's Grand Canyon, clad in pine and mystery. Ice-cold springs bubble up through limestone, tasting of ancient glaciers. At 2,000 meters, the air smells of wild thyme and the first snowflakes of September. Shepherds' huts dot the highlands like stone mushrooms, their chimneys smoking at dawn. The eye of Durmitor watches, a glacial lake so clear, it shows the mountain's soul. Pine branches sag under the weight of last night's frost, cracking in the morning sun. On Churavac Cliff, eagles ride thermals above a 1,300-meter vertical drop. The old road to Ljubljana winds through 25 serpentine bends, each turn a postcard. At sunset, the Sušika Canyon glows like embers in a dragon's throat. Night falls, and the Milky Way spills across the sky, visible down to the last star. This wilderness doesn't tame, it transforms. One breath here rewrites your bones. Lake Bled, Slovenia. Dawn mist rises like a bridal veil over the lake's mirror surface. A Pletna boat glides across water so clear, you see fish darting below. The castle on the cliff watches over the scene like a stone sentinel. Creamy Bled cake melts on your tongue, layers of custard and crisp pastry. Swans trace perfect V's across the lake, their feathers catching sunlight. The hiking trail to Oystrika viewpoint winds through pine-scented woods. At the island, 99 steps lead to the wishing bell. Its chime carries over water. Rowboats tie up at the tiny dock, their painted sides bumping gently. Afternoon light turns Vintegar Gorge's emerald waters translucent. The Castle Museum displays armor worn when knights ruled these lands. Sunset stains the Julian Alps pink behind the island's silhouette. Night falls, and the castle glows like a lantern above dark water. Morning brings the scent of fresh bread from the lakeside bakery. A light rain dimples the lake's surface, thousands of liquid diamonds. Local legend says ringing the bell 3 times makes wishes come true. Autumn turns the surrounding forests into a patchwork quilt of gold and red. Winter transforms the scene into a snow globe come to life. The island becomes even more magical when morning fog wraps around it. Bled doesn't just exist, it enchants, one perfect moment at a time. Ljubljana, Slovenia. Begin at the Dragon Bridge, where bronze beasts guard the city's mythical soul. Follow the Ljubljana river's curves, where cafe umbrellas bloom like summer flowers. And the clink of espresso cups mingles with street musicians' accordion tunes. The old town's car-free heart beats over Roman cobblestones, vehicles banned since 2007 to preserve the symphony of footsteps. At Central Market, beneath Plitvice's iconic colonnades, grandmothers sell wildberry jams and pumpkin seed oil. Don't miss the open kitchen food stalls. Where Balkan cevapi meets Vietnamese pho under Slovenian skies. Climb to Ljubljana Castle via the 19th century funicular or a hidden forest path. From the ramparts, the city unfolds. Terracotta rooftops, emerald parks, and the Julian Alps dusted with snow in the distance. Meteora's graffiti-covered barracks pulse with rebellious energy. By day, street artists spray paint surreal murals. By night, underground clubs and converted army bunkers thump with electronica. Nearby, the National Museum's Roman artifacts whisper of when this city was called Emona. Spring brings linden blossoms so thick their perfume clings to your clothes. Winter transforms Pressure and Square into a fairy tale. Chestnuts roast over charcoal, and glass lanterns cast golden light on Baroque facades. Tivoli Park, the city's 5-square-kilometer green lung, hides modern sculptures among chestnut groves. Dare to try honey ice cream, made from rooftop beehives tended by urban beekeepers. This is a city of contradictions. A Baroque cafe serves craft IPA beside 300-year-old frescoes. St. Nicholas Cathedral's bronze doors, etched with Slovenian history, stand minutes from a punk vinyl shop. At dusk, Art Nouveau buildings glow under gas-style lamps, as if time paused in 1910. Ljubljana moves at a stroll. Its secret? The legend of the Ljubljanica river spirit, said to sleep beneath the city, waiting for a perfect poem to wake it. Until then, the city dreams of dragon myths, honeyed wines, and endless summer nights, where the bridges never stop singing. Meteora, Greece. Dawn breaks over sandstone pillars that pierce the Thessalian sky like petrified lightning. Six Byzantine monasteries cling to these impossible summits, their frescoed walls fused with rock faces, shaped by 60 million years of earthquakes and erosion. Follow the old footpath from Kostraki village, where dew clings to spider webs, strung between ancient olive trees. The air smells of thyme crushed underfoot and incense drifting from hidden chapels. Listen closely. Those aren't birdsong echoes, but chants from monks who still hoist supplies via rattling rope pulleys, just as their predecessors did in the 14th century. At Great Meteoron, the largest monastery, wooden barrels of wine age in caves, once occupied by hermits, who climbed using pegs hammered into the rock. Touch the 16th century frescoes in Varlam's Chapel of All Saints. The martyr's eyes follow you through the dim light, their gold leaf glowing like trapped sunlight. The true magic comes at twilight. As tour buses descend, the landscape reclaims its mystique. Bats emerge from the hermit's cleft, swirling around the pinnacle where the Holy Trinity Monastery stands, a filming site for James Bond's For Your Eyes Only. Locals whisper that on still nights, you can hear the ghosts of ascetics grinding barley in abandoned ascetaria hermitages. Stay until midnight. The Milky Way arcs over the Pindos Mountains, its light bouncing off the monastery's iron bells. Meteora doesn't just awe, it humbles. A place where gravity defies logic, where frescoed saints outlast empires, and where every sunrise feels like the world's first. Mostar, Bosnia, and Herzegovina. Morning mist rises from the Neretva River, its emerald currents cradling the silhouette of starry most. The old bridge, that arches like a stone dove over the canyon. Ottoman minarets pierce the sky on one bank. Austro-Hungarian bell towers answer from the other, their shadows meeting in the water where divers leap for coins tossed by tourists. The old bazaar's cobbles still bear grooves from centuries of traders' carts. Here, coppersmiths hammer arabesques into coffee sets, their mallets keeping time with the call to prayer from the Koski Mehmed Pasha Mosque. Climb its spiral staircase. The view reveals a patchwork of terracotta roofs, bullet-scarred facades draped in ivy, and new concrete buildings gleaming like unhealed wounds. At midday, the bridge becomes a stage. Local youths dive 24 meters into the icy Neretva, their bodies slicing the river's jade surface, a tradition passed down since the 16th century. The crowd holds its breath until they emerge, shouting, "Mostar je naš," Mostar is ours. Wander the alleys east of the bridge, where pomegranate trees grow through abandoned Serbian Orthodox churches. In the Shehir Chihaja Bridge's shadow, women in dimija, traditional trousers, serve bosanska kafa in copper jezva pots, the coffee's bitter grounds mingling with the sweet rot of fallen quinces. As dusk stains the limestone canyon gold, the bridge's reflection forms a perfect circle, a symbol of a city forever torn and mended. Mostar doesn't let you forget. Its beauty is a scar tissue, lustrous, fragile, humming with memory. The bridge rebuilt, stone by stone, the river that still whispers names of those who jumped during the siege, the Chivapi grilling beside fresh grave markers. Here, east and west don't just meet, they wrestle, weep, and slowly learn to share the same sky. Ohrid. Lake Ohrid's waters hold two suns, one in the sky, one mirrored in its UNESCO-protected depths. Byzantine churches dot the hills like pearls on green velvet, their frescoes glowing with 11th century gold. The old town's cobbled lanes slope toward the lake, lined with Ottoman-era houses sagging under crimson bougainvillea. At St. John at Canio, a cliffside chapel frames fishermen's boats bobbing in a postcard-perfect cove. The ancient theater's marble seats still echo with Roman laughter during summer Shakespeare festivals. Follow the scent of wood smoke to the old bazaar, where women bake pastrmaglia, spiced meat pies, in century-old stone ovens. The secret? Ohrid's unique trout, caught at dawn and grilled over plum wood by families who've fished here for 800 years. In Samuel's fortress, climb walls built by a 10th century czar to see Albania's mountains ripple across the lake. At Plovdiv, walk on glass floors revealing excavated basilica mosaics, early Christianity under your soles. The Ohrid Pearl Workshop reveals its guarded secret, lacquer made from endemic scales of the placica fish. Twilight turns the Bay of Bones' stilted prehistoric village into a silhouette theater against peach-colored skies. As church bells and muezzins harmonize over the water, you'll swear the lake itself breathes history. Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia. "16 turquoise lakes cascade, like terraced aquamarine, steps through ancient forests." Minerals and microorganisms paint the waters in surreal hues: sapphire, jade, and milky opal. UNESCO-protected travertine barriers grow 1 centimeter yearly, sculpted by moss, algae, and rushing waterfalls. Veliki Slap thunders 78 meters, Croatia's tallest waterfall, misting the canyon with rainbows. Wooden boardwalks wind silently over crystal streams, designed to leave no trace on fragile ecosystems. The upper lakes dazzle with mirror-like pools. The lower lakes roar through limestone gorges. Endangered European brown bears roam dense beech fir woods, their trails crossing Roman-era footpaths. Autumn sets the park ablaze. Maples burn red against emerald waters. Winter's frost soon stilling the falls. Local legends whisper of fairies bathing in Kozjak Lake, their laughter echoing in moonlit mists. Electric boats glide across Kozjak, their wakes rippling reflections of 19th century logging villages. Ljubljana caves' damp walls hold fossils of long-extinct species hidden beneath moss curtains. Every kuna coin bears Plitvice's likeness, a national pride born from its 1949 park designation. At dawn, the lakes belong to photographers and foxes. By noon, waterfalls hum with polyglot awe. Strict paths protect the karstic magic, swimming forbidden to preserve nature's delicate chemistry. Plitvice isn't just seen, it's felt in the throat's gasp, the camera's click, the forest's breath. Sarajevo, Bosnia, and Herzegovina. The Miljacka River slices through the city, its banks lined with bullet-scarred buildings, adorned with vibrant street art. Bascharshia's cobblestones echo with the clang of coppersmiths crafting jezva coffee pots, their designs unchanged since Ottoman times. The scent of grilled chavapi mingles with incense from the Ghazi Husrev Beg Mosque, Europe's oldest Islamic center with original function. At the Latin Bridge, history's shadow looms, the assassination site that ignited World War I, now framed by bustling trams. Vječnič's restored Austro-Hungarian grandeur glows gold at dusk, its Moorish arches housing a library, reborn from wartime ashes. Sarajevo roses, concrete scars filled with red resin, dot sidewalks, silent memorials to siege victims of the 1990s. The Tunnel of Hope, a claustrophobic lifeline during the siege, now whispers tales of survival beneath airport runways. Sunset calls the faithful, church bells, ezan, and synagogue chants harmonize over the old town's terracotta rooftops. Trebević Mountain's abandoned bobsled track, graffiti-clad and haunting, offers panoramic views of the city's rebirth. Kavachi Cemetery's white tombstones cascade down hillsides, their inscriptions etched with dates from the siege years. The Sarajevo Film Festival transforms squares into open-air cinemas, celebrating art where snipers once lurked. Here, East and West don't collide. They waltz, weaving a tapestry of resilience in every cup of bitter Bosnian coffee. Soča River, Slovenia. The Soča's unreal turquoise flows from the Julian Alps, its hue forged by glacial minerals and limestone. Triglav National Park cradles the river, where waterfalls cascade into pools of translucent jade. Kayakers slice through rapids named God's Maze and Washing Machine, their adrenaline echoing off canyon walls. World War I bunkers rust quietly on cliffs, remnants of the Asanzo Front's brutal mountain warfare. The Karada Bridge's wooden planks creak underfoot, spanning waters so clear you see trout kissing the surface. Local legends speak of the Zlatorog, a mythical chamois guarding alpine treasures in the river's source caves. Fly fishermen wade in neoprene, casting for marble trout found only in these oxygen-rich waters. The Trenta Valley's meadows burst with wildflowers, their colors mirrored in the Soča's ever-changing palette. Sleepy villages like Bovec serve Jota stew in stone taverns, warming hikers after Via Ferrata climbs. At night, bioluminescent algae swirl in quiet eddies, turning the river into a galaxy underfoot. UNESCO's protection preserves its purity. Drinking straight from the current is a sacred ritual. The Soča doesn't just flow, it sings, a siren's call to adventurers and poets alike. Tirana, Albania. Nestled between the Dashti Mountains and the coastal plains, Tirana's geography bridges alpine ruggedness and Mediterranean ease. The Lana River snakes through the city, flanked by Soviet-era blocks now painted in rebellious Technicolor. Didi Mountain, a stone's throw east, offers cable car rides from urban chaos to forested serenity. Over 173,000 communist bunkers pepper the landscape, some transformed into art galleries, cafes, and poignant reminders of isolation. Skanderbeg Square pulses as the heart, where Ottoman-era mosaics at the Ethem Bey Mosque face off against the modernist opera house. The Pyramid of Tirana, a crumbling relic of Enver Hoxha's regime, now draws skateboarders and street artists to its graffiti-clad slopes. In Bloku, once a forbidden enclave for communist elites, chic wine bars and vegan cafes thrive beneath canopy-covered streets. Elderly men in traditional kalesh, felt hats, play chess in parks, unfazed by the thrum of DJ sets from nearby rooftop bars. Street markets brim with byrek, savory pies, and rocky fig brandy, while sushi trucks and third-wave coffee shops redefine culinary norms. Tirana's art scene, murals of partisan heroes, share walls with avant-garde installations critiquing corruption and climate change. The National Museum chronicles Albania's journey from Illyrian tribes to EU aspirations, its halls echoing with whispers of resilience. At dusk, the Ugiro, evening stroll, unfolds, a Balkan ritual where teenagers, families, and philosophers mingle under neon-lit buildings. Religious harmony thrives. Mosque minarets, Orthodox crosses, and Catholic spires coexist, defying Hoxha's atheist dictatorship. Hospitality is sacred. Strangers share figs from backyard trees, while grandmothers knit socks for newborns they'll never meet. Tirana wears its scars and sequins with equal pride, a city rebuilding itself daily, where communist ghosts waltz with Europhile dreams. Transylvania, Romania. Encircled by the Carpathian Arc, Transylvania's heart beats between alpine peaks and rolling Saxon meadows. The Fagarash Mountains, nicknamed Transylvania's Alps, guard Europe's last old-growth forests, home to wolves and lynx. Medieval Saxon villages like Viskri and Birtan cling to UNESCO status, their fortified churches built to repel Ottoman raids. Cluj-Napoca thrives as a tech hub, where Dacian ruins lie beneath startups, and ruined bars pulsating with Balkan beats. Brasov's Gothic Black Church holds 4,000 pipe organs and Ottoman prayer rugs, trophies from a crossroads past. The Trans-Fagarasan Highway snakes through valleys, a Cold War marvel offering hairpin views of glacial lakes. In Sibiu, Baroque squares host film festivals beneath eyes carved into rooftops by 15th century Saxon masons. Hungarian traditions flourish in Harghita County. Sardus dances, chimney cakes, and paprika-dusted stews. Sapanca's Mary Cemetery turns a death to art, blue crosses etched with darkly comic epitaphs in vivid Romanian verse. Bran Castle plays Dracula's lair for tourists, though Vlad Tepes's real fortress lies in ruins near Curtea de Argeș. Maramuresh villagers still carve wooden gates taller than homes, symbols of status and cosmic protection. The Apuseni Mountains hide 400-plus caves, including ice caves, frozen waterfalls untouched by sunlight. Turda Salt Mine descends 120 meters, a subterranean wonder with underground lakes and Ferris wheels in ancient chambers. Ethnic tapestry, Romanians share markets with Roma horse traders, Hungarian shepherds, and German-speaking Saxons. At dusk, fog swallows valleys, and wolves howl, a land where folklore breathes and modernity treads lightly on ancient soil. Zagreb, Croatia. Medvednica Mountain looms north, its forested slopes sheltering medieval castles, and winter ski trails just a tram ride from the city center. The twin spires of Zagreb Cathedral pierce the sky, their neo-Gothic grandeur rebuilt after the 1880 earthquake that reshaped the city. Tikalchicheva Street buzzes with cafe umbrellas and fairy lights, where Austro-Hungarian facades hide craft beer pubs and Struckli cheese pastry kitchens. Dolak markets' red umbrellas bloom daily. Farmers sell paprika-dusted sausages, lavender honey, and truffles from Istria's foggy woods. The world's shortest funicular, 66 meters, climbs to Gradec, the medieval upper town, where cannon fire still marks noon from Lauterschak Tower. St. Mark's Church wears its 13th century coat of arms roof like a quilt, Croatia, Dalmatia, and Slovenia stitched in colorful tiles. Miragaj Cemetery's arcades and domes cradle tombstones of poets and revolutionaries, cypress trees casting shadows over Art Nouveau epitaphs. The Museum of Broken Relationships turns heartache into art, love letters, prosthetic limbs, and a grief robot narrating global sorrows. Zrinjevac Park's 19th century promenade hosts open-air concerts under linden trees, their branches strung with twinkling Zagreb lights. Electric trains rattle past socialist-era blocks in Novi Zagreb, where street art murals scream rebellion, beside the Sava River's sluggish flow. Winter transforms Banja Luka Square into a Christmas market wonderland. Gingerbread stars, mulled wine, and choral hymns echoing off Habsburg-era banks. Tomislavic Farmers Market thrives in a 1930s Bauhaus gem. Taste kulin, spicy sausage, and debate politics over kava, coffee, with silver-haired regulars. The Grich Tunnel, a WO2 bomb shelter turned art space, pulses with neon installations and the hum of underground techno parties. Maximir Park's artificial lakes and faux ruins mirror 19th century romanticism, now shared with red squirrels and joggers dodging ducklings. Zagreb doesn't dazzle. It seduces, a city where trams clang past Habsburg palaces, where Rakaja toasts echo in socialist courtyards, and where every cobblestone whispers, "Stay a while." Ever wondered where the Mediterranean's turquoise waves meet ancient maritime legends? Picture yourself wandering through cobblestone streets of Venetian towns, diving into crystal-clear coves, or sailing past sun-kissed islands where time stands still. From the fortified walls of Dubrovnik to the glamorous shores of Sveti Stefan, this journey uncovers Europe's most enchanting coastal treasures. Ready to let the sea whisper its secrets to you? Love coastal adventures? Subscribe now to dive deeper into Europe's hidden gems. Hit the bell so you never miss a wave of inspiration. Where should we explore next? Let us know in the comments. Istanbul, Turkey. Step into Istanbul, a city where continents collide and history whispers through ancient streets. Feel the warm Mediterranean sun, reflecting off the golden domes of Hagia Sophia, casting a mesmerizing glow over the skyline. Hear the echo of the call to prayer weaving through the air, mingling with the hum of bustling bazaars and the rhythmic waves of the Bosphorus. Can you smell the rich aroma of freshly brewed Turkish coffee, served in delicate cups, thick and strong? Or the sweet scent of sizzling baklava, dripping with honey, waiting to melt in your mouth? Walk through the Grand Bazaar, a labyrinth of color and energy, where artisans craft intricate carpets and gleaming lanterns, illuminate the stalls in a dance of light. Cross the Galata Bridge and watch as fishermen reel in their daily catch, while ferries glide effortlessly between Europe and Asia. As night falls, the city transforms. Rooftop terraces buzz with music, the Bosphorus sparkles under the moonlight, and the scent of grilled kebabs fills the summer air. This is not just a place to visit, it's a city to feel, to taste, to experience. Istanbul in the summer, it's pure magic. Are you ready to dive in? Budva, Montenegro. Dawn gilds the medieval walls, their stones still warm from yesterday's sun. The old town rises from the sea like a Venetian daydream in honey-colored stone. Narrow alleys twist past churches, where sailors once lit candles for safe passage. The scent of grilled squid and basil drifts from Konaba doorways. At Mogren Beach, turquoise waves polish smooth pebbles, like ancient coins. Yacht masts bob in the marina, clinking like wind chimes made of dreams. A stone lion guards the citadel, its muzzle worn smooth by centuries of touches. Fishermen mend nets by the harbor, their hands moving in timeless rhythm. The open-air theater echoes with jazz notes against a backdrop of stars and sea. Night falls, and the ramparts glow like a necklace of lanterns above the Adriatic. Budva doesn't just bask in beauty, it winks at you, salt spray on its lips. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Dawn breaks over Stradan, polishing its marble stones to liquid silver. The ancient city walls glow apricot, their feet kissed by turquoise waves. Orange roofs cascade toward the sea, like terracotta waterfalls frozen mid-fall. Inside Pilegate, time moves differently, measured in church bells and espresso sips. The scent of salt and rosemary follows you through alleys, barely wider than your shoulders. Lokrum Island floats offshore, its peacocks trailing jeweled feathers through ruined monasteries. At Buja Bar, cliff divers leap into the Adriatic as if gravity were just a suggestion. The cable car lifts you above the red roofs. Suddenly, you're eye level with swallows. Sunset stains the limestone pink, while bats weave between medieval bell towers. Night falls, and the walls become a golden necklace clasped around the dark sea. Dubrovnik doesn't just gleam, it remembers every ship, siege, and whispered secret. Var, Croatia. Dawn bleeds lavender light over the Stari Grad Plain, UNESCO's oldest living vineyard. The harbor wakes to the clatter of yacht rigging, a forest of masts in turquoise. Spanish fortress walls glow gold, still guarding against long-gone Ottoman fleets. Narrow stone alleys climb steep, their steps worn smooth by silk-shod Venetian nobles. At the morning market, old women sell rosemary still damp with island dew. The scent of Zagorski strukli, sweet cheese pastry, mingles with salt-crusted fishing nets. Pakleni Islands float offshore, jagged emeralds in a sapphire sea. Hidden coves whisper secrets to those who arrive by kayak at golden hour. St. Stephen's Square becomes an open-air salon at dusk, buzzing with champagne flutes. Purple bougainvillea spills over limestone walls, like overturned watercolor pots. Nightfall ignites Var's legendary parties, where DJ beats meet cicada symphonies. This island doesn't just bask in sunlight, it bottles it in every glass of Plovdiv Molly. Kotor, Montenegro. Dawn sneaks over the fjord, turning limestone walls the color of melted butter. The Bay of Kotor unfolds, a drowned river valley where cliffs meet their mirror image. Cats patrol Starry Grad's alleys, descendants of ships mousers from forgotten empires. The scent of fresh burek drifts from bakeries wedged between 12th century arches. A 1,000 steps climb to St. John's Fortress, each switchback revealing a new postcard. Sailboats bob beneath medieval ramparts, their masts sketching crosses on the water. In Campana Tower's shadow, fishermen mend nets using motions unchanged for 800 years. The Maritime Museum whispers of Venetian captains and ill-fated Balkan voyages. Twilight bathes Our Lady of the Rocks, an island church, built by centuries of sailors' vows. Nightfall, and the city walls glow like a necklace of lanterns above the inky bay. Kotor doesn't just nestle between mountain and sea, it marries them in stone and salt. Lake Skadar, Europe. Straddling Montenegro and Albania, this vast lake rests in a tectonic basin formed by the collapse of the Dinaric Alps limestone crust. Its shores are framed by dramatic karst mountains, Rumia to the south, and Prokletija, accursed mountains to the east, their jagged peaks carved by ancient glaciers. The lake's crypto depressions plunge up to 44 meters below sea level, hidden by surface waters fed by underground springs and the Moracha River. A labyrinth of submerged karst springs pulse beneath the surface, filtering rainwater through porous limestone over millennia. Floating Plovdiv islands drift seasonally, tangled mats of vegetation atop peat layers, shifting with wind and currents. The Sievna River Canyon cuts through Prokleti's marble cliffs, exposing geological layers dating back 200 million years. Karst polius, sinkholes, dot the landscape, their fertile soils nurturing vineyards that slope to the water's edge. During summer droughts, water retreats to reveal submerged medieval roads and the ruins of Dodosi village, swallowed by the lake in 1858. The lake's western shore hides Obod Cave, a 300-meter limestone tunnel where the Krnojevich River vanishes underground, re-emerging 40 kilometers later in the Adriatic. Fleisch rock formations along the northern banks preserve fossilized sea creatures, remnants of the ancient Tethys Ocean. Seasonal flooding creates temporary islets, limestone outcrops, crowned with wild pomegranates, and fig trees. This ever-changing landscape, shaped by tectonic shifts and aqueous alchemy, remains Europe's last truly wild freshwater sanctuary. Bucharest, Montenegro. Nestled where the Adriatic's deepest fjord kisses the Orjan Mountains, Bucharest clings to a sliver of coastline beneath sheer limestone cliffs. This Baroque jewel, once home to 17 noble families, lines its single waterfront street with 16 palazzos, their weathered facades still bearing Venetian lion reliefs. Two islets rise offshore, St. George, its cypress-shaded Benedictine monastery guarding sailors' graves, and Our Lady of the Rocks, an artificial island created by sinking old ships and tossing stones for 500 years. Every July 22nd, locals reenact the Fascinata tradition, rowing boats to Our Lady's Island, dropping stones into the sea while singing ancient maritime hymns. The Bujovic Palace, now Maritime Museum, displays yellow charts where 18th century captains plotted courses from Constantinople to Trieste. Look closely at church silverware. You'll find Ottoman crescents melted down and recast into Catholic chalices, a testament to the town's complex identity. Bucharest's unique dialect blends Venetian Italian curses with Montenegrin gutturals, preserved through generations of naval families. The St. Nicholas Bell Tower tilts precariously, not from age, but from the 1667 earthquake that sank parts of the coast into the bay. Local fishermen still use tartan boats, wooden vessels with lateen sails unchanged since the Republic of Venice ruled these waters. In Viskovich Palace, stone carvings depict mermaids warning of the Bora wind that still whips the bay into whitecaps. The hills behind town hide abandoned stone quarries that supplied marble for palaces from St. Petersburg to Dubrovnik. To understand Perast is to taste prosciutto, wind-dried ham, aged in mountain air, paired with wine from vines planted by crusaders, geography and history distilled into every bite. Tirana, Slovenia. A seashell wedged between Italy and Croatia, clinging to the Adriatic's edge. Salt-crusted 7th century walls sprout wild capers for brooded stew. The peninsula's spine, 500 meters wide, balancing sea in salt pans. Dragonja River's delta fans east, staining the shallows mineral green. Northward, Strunjan's salt workers rake pyramids of violet-tinged crystals. Climb Street, George's bell tower, Venice's campanile in miniature. From its heights, Croatia's Istria floats like a gilded illusion. Tartini Square hums with Slovenian Venetian dialect and fishmongers' banter. The Serenja cliff path still remembers mermaid storm warnings. Nanas in lace shawls gossip about grandkids surfing Fisa's tiny cove. Maritime Museum's pirate maps chart when salt rivaled gold. A 16th century crucifix, carved from Turkish galley driftwood, chills the air. Pre Marie serves oysters, laced with patola algae's floral salt. Karst-aged Terran wine stains lips as Bragazzi boats haul twilight squid. Cats claim Byzantine, steps as sunset gills Venetian palazzos. Here, every wave writes another line in Slovenia's salt-crusted sonnet. Rovinj, Croatia. Terracotta rooftops tumble into the Adriatic, anchored by St. Euphemia's Venetian bell tower. Cobbled alleys twist past laundry lines and geraniums, steeped in salt and centuries of fish nets. Artists' studios bloom in weathered cottages, canvases drenched in Istria's golden light. Harbor barca boats unload scarlet scorpionfish for brodet stews, simmering in family conibus. Golden Cape Forest hides coves, where waves polish pebbles to jade perfection. Grisia Street's open-air gallery turns stone, steps into a riot of color each summer. The Batana Eco Museum whispers tales of wooden boats and rebellious fishermen. Limbay's oyster farms tempt with briny jewels, paired with sun-warmed Malvasia wine. Roman mosaics lie buried beneath cafes, unearthed by chance during espresso renovations. Local legend claims the 22 offshore islands are a giant spilled marble collection. Dialect here dances between Croatian and Venetian, carried on the Bora wind. Climb the bell tower at dusk, watch the sun drown in the sea, then the town ignite. Sveti Stefan, Montenegro. A 15th century fishing village turned luxury islet, linked to the mainland by a slender sandbar. Stone cottages with terracotta roofs cluster, like barnacles on a rocky outcrop in the Adriatic. Once a refuge from pirates, now a secluded retreat where celebrities whisper behind ivy-clad walls. The pink pebble beaches of Milochir frame the island, shaded by centuries-old olive groves. Queens Beach earned its name when Maria Karađorđević swam here in the 1930s, sparking elite allure. The Chapel of St. Stephen still rings its bell, echoing over villa suites with private infinity pools. By day, kayakers circle the island, glimpsing secret coves where waves polish rose-hued stones. At dusk, the islet glows amber, its reflection doubling in the mirror-still Bay of Budva. Local fishermen cast nets for bogat, sea bass, as they did when Sveti Stefan housed 400 families. The scent of wild rosemary and salt air drifts from Przno village's cliffside tavernas. Offshore, the abandoned fortress of Hawaii Island crumbles, its history lost to legend. To stand on the coastal path at dawn is to witness time pause between ancient stones and infinity. Zakynthos, Greece. Perched on cliffs above the Yantra River, this medieval capital cascades down hills like a terraced stone waterfall. Zarevet's fortress looms, its restored walls echoing with Byzantine emperors' footsteps and the ghosts of uprisings. The river snakes through the city in hairpin bends, carving gorges that glow copper red at sunset. Samovodska Charshia's cobbled lane thrums with coppersmiths hammering traditional rakia cups, their workshops unchanged since the 1800s. Athens' dynasty monument crowns a hill, its angular socialist-era sculptures watching over Byzantine church ruins. The sound and the light show bathes Zarevets in lasers, recounting Bulgaria's fall to Ottomans in 1393 through color and fire. Arbanasi village nearby hides fortified mansions with secret tunnels, their frescoed chapels whispering of crypto-Christian defiance. Serafkina house's overhanging wooden balconies defy gravity, a marvel of National Revival architecture. The patriarchal cathedral's modern murals clash gloriously, saints painted in Cubist styles beneath medieval arches. At dusk, Gurko Street's lamplit stairs lead to taverns serving patatnik, potato-stuffed pastry, and tavche gravche, baked beans. The Baldwin Tower marks where Latin Emperor Baldwin I was imprisoned, its stones still cold with his despair. Veliko Tarnovo University students debate philosophy in cafes where revolutionaries once plotted against Ottoman rule. Trapezica Hill's excavated churches reveal 12th century mosaics, their gold tesserae glinting like buried treasure. The yantra's roar drowns the city by night, a reminder that nature carved this fortress, not kings. Here, history isn't preserved, it lives in every cobblestone, cliffside chapel, and fiery sunset over the Balkan peaks. Zadar, Croatia. A peninsula embraced by Dugi Otok and Ugljan Islands, where the Adriatic's blues deepen under Dalmatian skies. The sea organ transforms waves into melodies through underwater pipes, kneel on marble steps, as tides compose symphonies for your soul. Walk the Roman Forum, where 3,000-year-old stones from Augustus's era blend with modern cafes and skateboarders. Taste maraschino liqueur, medieval monk's creation, now drizzled on gelato, each sip echoing 16th century cherry orchards. The Venetian city walls bear scars from repelling Ottoman fleets. Press your palm to their weathered stones to feel centuries of defiance. St. Donatus Church stands stoic. Its 9th century Byzantine curves a silent rebellion against time's erosion. At sunset, the sun salutation ignites with solar-powered hues, its light dance mirroring the pulse of the Adriatic. Savor Chocol's chocolate in Gothic palaces, then dive into octopus salad at Canovas near Narodny Trarg's Venetian clock tower. The market intoxicates with briny olives, pug cheese, and Passman's lavender, sample brudet, a fish stew perfected over 5 centuries. Nin salt pans offer mineral-rich mud, once sought by Croatian kings for its healing touch. Indulge in this ancient spa ritual. At the Museum of Ancient Glass, shape molten silica into art, reviving Roman glass-blowing traditions with your own hands. The clatter of boccia balls echoes on Petr Zoranic Square. Join locals in this centuries-old bowling game. Kornati National Park's 89 lunar-like islands invite silent sails through limestone labyrinths. The Zadar cherry, its pits discovered in a Roman shipwreck, offers a taste connecting you to ancient sweet cravings. Let Adriatic winds, church bells, and distant klapa harmonies envelop you. Zadar isn't seen, but deeply felt.